A city of brides, a second Manchester, a center of textile industry, and one of the greatest promoters of Russian Revolution and communist movement. Guess where we are? We are in Ivanovo. There are no old buildings in Ivanovo, there is no Kremlin, which is a shame in my opinion, but according to the history, the first time the Ivanovo settlement was mentioned was in 1561, when said settlement was given as a gift to the Cherkassky family by Ivan the Terrible. Since then the document has been lost, so of course no one counts this date as an accurate one. The more accurate is the one mentioned in the chronicles of the Holy Trinity St. Sergius Lavra, and it dates the settlement back to 1608. The reason why Ivanovo even became a regional center and a big city, well, approximately a big city, there are around 400,000 people living here, is due to the fact that it has always been known for its textile produce. In the 17th century it was manufactured everything locally, handmade production. Then in the 18th century first manufacturers began to appear, but the real flourishing of Ivanovo began in the 18th century when the lands were under the ownership and patronage of the Sheremetovs family, but only in 1871, when Ivanovo merged with another settlement and turned into a town, a soon-to-be small city, did the textile industry begin flourishing and thriving, and turned Ivanovo in what is known as the Russian Manchester, or as we call it in Russia, a city of brides. Not that anyone has ever paid particular attention to the fact that the number of brides here in Ivanovo is no higher than in any other part of Russia. It might have been so only due to the fact that mostly females used to work in textile industry at those times. Nowadays still most of the plants work as well. They produce textiles and clothes for Russian people, although it's been on decline since the dissolution of Soviet Union. And yes, Soviet times were the best times for Ivanovo, and you can see in its architecture, art exhibitions, installations, numerous street names, plates reminding of the fact that Ivanovo was one of the main backers of the labor and social movement. On my right side, on your left side, is one of the finest examples of what Russian textile manufacturers used to look like at the end of 19th, beginning and middle of the 20th centuries. Actually, what you might not know about Ivanovo, but you definitely might like, is the fact that Ivanovo is a pioneer, one of the greatest centers of Russian constructivism or constructionism as it is known abroad in the Western countries. It is a pioneer city of Russian Soviet social realism, Empire Stalin and avant-garde. Basically, whatever you wanted to learn about Soviet-style architecture and architecture of 1920s, 1930s, it is all here in Ivanovo.
So yes, even though it is a bit small and, let's be honest, a tad provincial, Ivanovo is a great city to visit during your weekend if you want to have some good time, enjoy some quality food, and of course look at all these Soviet-style city with its wonderful architecture, with its wide streets, with its buildings and installations, and just magnificent views, because in my opinion Ivanovo is quite underestimated amongst the cities close to Moscow. So if you have time, if you have some free weekend to spend, grab your friends and just go there. As I have already said, there are lots of things you might like about it, particularly if you are as much a fan of Soviet architecture as I am. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you soon somewhere else, but where exactly? Try to guess. I'll see you around. Bye bye.